Today, we're talking about B2B lead generation, and I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite tips and strategies to use to get high quality booked meetings and sales. So, why should you listen to my advice? Well, I've been doing B2B outreach for a few years now. We also run a B2B ads agency where we specialize in running lead generation campaigns for B2B and B2B software companies spending easily over 7 figures on paid ads. Also, we generate leads for ourselves, for our agency, by doing B2B outreach as well. So I understand many different ways of doing this. I've tried and tested a lot of different methods. And in this video, I'm going to share just my top 3 methods so that you can get started too. And I'll give you some free tips for each one. So first things first, what is B2B lead generation? How I like to put it, it's basically bringing someone who is completely unaware of you. They're not in your funnel at all into the awareness stage where you then try to move them down to a decision-making stage or a conversion event such as booking a call. So it's essentially bringing people into your ecosystem so that you can retarget them, you can provide value to them with the end goal of making the sale. So the first way to get B2B leads and sales to your business is actually by running LinkedIn ads. And before you close this video, 1, it's not as expensive as you think, and 2, yes, I am biased because I run a LinkedIn ads agency, but that's besides the point. To keep things super simple and tactical for you, before I go into a rant about this, basically the first place to start with LinkedIn ads is by running ads on the LinkedIn news feed. So when someone's scrolling through LinkedIn ads, they have a chance to see your image or video pop up. And you want to use the LinkedIn lead gen format, which is basically a pop-up that happens on LinkedIn itself after someone clicks your ad, and it asks them to fill in their information. Here's the cool part. If they're logged into LinkedIn, which is of course they are because that's how they saw your ad, it pre-fills all their information, first name, last name, email, industry, all that stuff like that. So all they have to do is click submit. Now here's the kicker. Even though you can start to get leads around like $5 cost per lead, $10, $20, so on and so forth, you have to figure out how to make them care enough to move to the next stage in the funnel. Because what you're offering them usually isn't a hey, my name is Lewis, jump on a call with me so we can talk about how I can sell stuff to you, right? The first touch point with this method is actually giving them something of value first. Hey, here's this free lead magnet. Here's this free cheat sheet. Here's 7 mistakes to avoid. Here's this free PDF. Put your email in to get it. And make sure it's something that they would care about, your target audience would actually care about. And once you have their email, now you have to create a nurture sequence to move them to a booked call. So whether you're offering a free webinar next, or you're offering a free consultation, or whatever it is, you're not just gonna hit them with the hard sell, because that's not how it works in this platform. People weren't looking for you, so therefore you have to make them curious and want to work with you. Now, I have a whole playlist on my channel about LinkedIn ads, specifically for B2B and software. So feel free to check that out. The link will be in the description. If you really want to go down the rabbit hole with LinkedIn ads, I highly recommend it. I'll also put a video tutorial in the description as well about how to actually run LinkedIn ad lead gen forms. So feel free to check that out as well. So the second method to get leads and sales when you're doing B2B lead generation is actually cold email. It's not the cold email where you mass blast the same message to 10,000 people and get your email domain blacklisted, right? It's a different type of cold email. I'm talking about cold emails that feel nothing like a cold email. What has worked time and time again is customized free value up front. And if for some reason you don't know what cold email is, it's basically the process of getting your prospects' email information off a site like LinkedIn using some third-party tools, and then just sending an email out of the blue, hoping for a booked call or sale down the line. And what doesn't really work anymore is the emails where it says, hey John, I'm reaching out because I do X, Y, and Z, and I work with competitors like yours, or I work with people in your industry. Here's my case study, so on and so forth. That stuff doesn't really work anymore. You just have to hit so many more people for that to cut through the noise. In fact, what I do instead is completely different now. To get the absolute best lead to booked meeting rate amongst all your cold email campaigns, you need to start them off with value. Now you're probably thinking, but Lewis, I just want to copy and paste and send the same message to thousands of people. It's so much easier. And that's great if you want a lot less booked meetings, having to go through a lot more email domains you have to warm up, and sending out way more emails than you were before. Spend the time, even though it's manual, or have like a team member help you, or hire a virtual assistant to actually customize your outreach for each lead. It does take way more time time, absolutely, but it gets you way better results and leads to way more booked meetings. The amount of times I hear people complain that cold email doesn't work, and the direct correlation to they having really crappy cold emails, it's literally just a mass blast, is almost 100%. Think about it. Business owners and B2B contacts get cold emailed all day long. Me personally too as well. The ones that stand out to me are the ones that do some research first before reaching out and provide me with value to give me a reason to engage with them and reply with them before they start pushing me to book a call. But all you need to know for now is just make sure that it's value based on that first touch point, and then push to call later, and you'll have a much better time rather than, hey, I'm this guy and I want to sell you this thing. So when cold email is done right, it can be literally one of the best lead generation machines for your business. And I've personally seen this work for our business and our clients' businesses. I don't see it going away anytime soon. I do see Gmail's filters getting smarter and smarter, but that's great because now it's filtering out more of the spam, the mass blast kind of junk, and the people that customize and put the effort in will continue to rise on top. So if you're still watching, hang in there because I have a nice twist on the last strategy at the end that will really help you maximize all 3 outreach methods. Now, this last strategy is probably going to be, hit or miss. I'm sure people are going to disagree with me here, but there is a right way to do it. The last strategy actually is LinkedIn messages. Seriously, those annoying messages you get about people wanting to connect. Yes, I'm referring to these messages where people are reaching out saying, hey Lewis, I want to add you to my network, or hey, I see we're both in the same industry, let's connect on LinkedIn. All those messages, right? A lot of them do get ignored. A lot of them do I do come in here and click ignore on a lot of these because I know they're just going to spam me, because I can already tell from the first message I'm just going to get blown up with spam messages after. So just like with cold email, you want to approach LinkedIn messages with the same type of approach with a slight twist. For LinkedIn, what you're really trying to do is start a conversation first, not just pitch, maybe even dial it back on the value offer a little bit up front. You're literally just trying to seem like a real human trying to start a conversation before you just try to sell someone something. It's the same type of concept as cold email. What you don't want to do are things like this. Hey there, I just want to add you to my network. Let's see, hey, it looks like you're growing in your industry. Or let me see really quick. Let's connect and find ways to benefit each other. Hey, I'm interested in what you do. It's super vague. I know it's mass blast. I know they're using a bot for this. And whenever you're doing this for your clients and doing your outreach for your business, you do not want to do this. And you can see that people know this. Here's an example of someone doing outreach right away. Hey, Lewis, I watched your video on LinkedIn Sales Navigator and loved it. Thanks so much for the good content. So I know there's no way they mass blasted that. They had to have gone on the channel. They had to have seen one of my most recent videos and have crafted a custom outreach line. So I'm way more likely to accept these kinds of requests, or B2B leads in general. B2B prospects, they get this stuff all the time. They know what's crap and what is genuine and what's not mass blast spam. Now, this person might have been using a bot, but the fact is I can't really tell, and that's the point. What you want to do with your first message to start a conversation is make it seem as genuine and custom as possible. So what do? Now you got the connect request in. Now you can follow up with your sales pitch, follow up with your value add, whatever it is. What you're going to want to do is combine cold email and LinkedIn here. You're going to want to get that conversation going, offer that free value, and then when they say yes, move the conversation to cold email. Go use some tools like Hunter or Snowbio to grab their email and then reach out to them on email saying, hey, Sally, Joe, Susie, whatever, I'm following up on email because you said you wanted this thing on LinkedIn. Thought I'd move the conversation here. Here's this free value piece you were interested in. We're looking forward to hearing back, or something like that, right? Start the conversation there and then proceed to move them to a book demo or even a sale. You want to move the conversation off LinkedIn because people get bombarded with messages. They don't always check their LinkedIn messages that very often, but they do check their email. So you're gonna have a higher chance of closing them by moving the conversation to email as soon as you can. In terms of the number of touch points you have, things like that, it really varies based on your business. But what I would say is just try to make it seem like a conversation as much as possible before you jump in and offer free value. Do not go connect, second message, pitch. Don't do that. Everyone does that. It doesn't work very well. What you want to go is connect with a genuine message, follow up with a few more genuine messages, offer the free value. They say yes, send it over via email, move the conversation there. That's how you make LinkedIn messages work. All the links mentioned are down below in the description. My name is Lewis Mutterich, and I'll see you on the next video.